All right, let's talk about Baller League, man. So I see you rocking the Treble FC.
Yeah, I got a bit of blood on it. Bit of war stains. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
blood, sweat, and tears, man. You're giving it to the badge, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. Do or die. Like, listen, I haven't been this up for something in years. You know?
Really?
Nah, like this is something that a lot of boys say it, and they're not chatting when they say it. Like, this is something that has come at a good time for a lot of people.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
It's kind of revitalized the passion and the spirit for like the game of football, I would say. Just as in a whole. Forget that it's six aside, forget about the circus going on. I think just football in general, like this whole concept and everything has brought out like a different fire in people's bellies, I think.
Nah, definitely. It's an opportunity, innit? Like, and you'd be silly to not make the most of this opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's Baller League, Sky Sports, you know, the thousands of views, the millions of views online. If you're not making the most of this opportunity, then I don't know what to tell you, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? But how did it come about for you?
So for me, I'm trying to remember like the first thing I saw. So I might have seen like they had like sponsored ads and stuff going on Instagram or something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. But then my first thought was like, this is gonna be a gimmick.
You thought?
Yeah, I thought this is gonna be some gimmick where like the players who join it, because in my first thoughts, I thought, and I was kind of right, but wrong at the same time. But I thought people in my position, like their egos would be too big, to join something like this.
Yeah. No, I see that a lot on at the start. A lot of non-league players, and you know who you are. Right at the start, saying, "Oh, KSI is involved," or "What's all this?" and all the rest of it. Now it's week 9 or week 10.
Yeah.
They're probably thinking, "Oh, that's an opportunity. £400 a week for 30 minutes."
100%. Obviously, the money is a big part of it. Like for a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie. Like, money is a big part of it, especially the guys where they were saying similar things like that. But that's the first thoughts I had. So going into it, I thought, if it's going to be a gimmick, I don't really want to be a part of it. So if it's serious, that's something that 100%, like, you have to drop your ego at times and say to, even though you think in your head, because everyone lives in a bubble, I'll tell you that for free. Like, I've even seen people coming on here speaking about this and that, you're this person, that person. In this world, especially at this level, we're considered really as nobodies, really. Let's be honest and truthful about it. If you're someone like Ciaran, he's been there, done it. He's won the t-shirt, you know, he's played in big games level that people can only dream of playing.
He's played for my team, Newcastle, bro.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? Newcastle, Aston Villa, you know, he's been there, done it, like you said, won the t-shirt. I mean, what's it like being in the dressing room with people like that?
I mean, I already know this because I already know like the people who've done the most and the people that they've got nothing to prove. They got the least to say, you know what I mean? So those people, like, he does what says on the tin, really. Like, it just goes about his business and he's there for football. He ain't got social media. Although that I tell him to jump on it.
I mean, look, he probably could have done it years ago, but yeah, for someone like him who's going into this, and he's been consistent, he's been one of the consistent expos in there. I'd say along with Marvin Sordell probably, the other one as well, because he's probably still playing as well. But yeah, he should definitely be taking this opportunity.
Fortunately for him, you know, there's been good things to come out of his career, and one of them is financially. So he might be seeing it as like he's not really bothered about everything else that can come from it. But, you know, I tried to tell him a couple times, like, you know, you're still relevant, like, especially with this coming up now. And more people, especially kids, they can know you. And I was talking to Marvin Sordell about this. They'll probably know you more through Baller League than your actual career. Which is actually mental to me, you know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it?
It's mad, because all kids are online now, YouTube, they want to be YouTubers and stuff like that. And I think the mix with football into the YouTube world, or vice versa, however way you look at it, I think it's a blend for success. So they should be capitalizing on the opportunity. You see Marvin, what he does outside production company, he's at this event, that event. There might have been a player he played with who might have actually been better than him or had a better career, but they're not doing what he's doing.
Definitely
because
not.
He's capitalising off the opportunities that are coming his way. So I would say, yeah, for him, in his situation, yeah, he should definitely jump on. But him as a person, top footballer, and you're always like wary of like his age when he first comes in.
Yeah.
How is he going to be? Like, is he going to be as sharp as he was? Obviously, he's going to still have the IQ level and stuff like that, but is he going to be able to move the same? Because here, you need to move your feet quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but he's shown that in training and in games. Like, he's even, yeah. I think I'm not going to lie, he's playing on like second, third gear. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I remember from the first week, because I clipped up as well, the flick over Albie's heads.
Yeah.
Whew, I was like, okay, Ciaran, still can do a bit.
Yeah, he got feet as well. Like, he can play, like, if he was to play, like, let's say non-league or whatever, he could play as like an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could play as like an 8. He's that's what I mean. Like, when you're that good and he's played at that level, like, and everyone's definition of a baller is different, innit? But like, if you're a baller, I think you can like do stuff like that. Like, he's a centre back, but he can probably play midfield if he dropped down a few levels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
how old is he now?
34.
Oh, he's still young.
Yeah, I think, you know, in his position, probably I'm not going to speak for him, but I think you weigh up different things like family.
Yeah.
And you say to yourself, all right, is the money worth it? And I know the money that he might be getting.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to what he's been getting in the past.
But for a lot of people, that's still life-changing money.
Of
what
course.
he could be getting. Like, I think if I had to say like what level he probably is at right now, I would probably say he could probably be at a lower champ club, definitely League One, still playing. But for him, I don't know if he would have the drive and the passion for that, if that makes sense, because he's been to such heights before.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know what I mean?
But it seems like he's enjoying it right now. Sorry, we kind of diverted off your journey, like into Baller League, like so.
Yeah, sorry.
So you went through. No, it's fine. It's good. In fact, like you're speaking about your teammates and stuff, but let's talk about obviously your journey. So did you do trials? Was it here?
Yeah. So I'll go back to So saw a sponsored ad. I said like, what is this? Blah blah blah, and then I don't know if I spoke about it to anyone, but one person I did speak about it to was Elias.
Okay.
SDS, because again, he went to my school as well. There's so many people, Half went to my school.
Oh yeah.
But my school was a joke, yeah. So many people went to my school, but yeah. And then he was like, yeah, come down, do the trials, and I'll put your name forward to the draft or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. I come down, and then I said to myself, what's this gonna be like from my experiences? Like, what am I gonna be expecting? So I didn't know who I was gonna see at the door, like when I because it was here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to the last one.
Oh, okay.
And that was probably the best standard, I would say, that because most of the people that got drafted were in this one.
Yeah.
So probably the same mindset. Go to the last one. You know what I mean? The weeks prior, see how it is. Maybe get a few conversations, find out how it is or whatever. Come down here, and then I see a few faces that I knew who played like pro and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, it'll be a decent standard. Not sure if everyone will be as sharp as they were, but we'll see how it goes. But I was nearly, like, I drove in the car park, I nearly drove, like, and went home.
Why?
Because I said to myself, like, I was like, again, is it gonna be a gimmick? Like, I didn't know, like, what it's gonna be like, innit? But then I was like, nah, I got, this is something that I have to be, like, I'll be kicking myself if I said to myself, nah, like, this is not for me.
I'm one of these people, sorry to cut you, but I'm one of these people that I'd rather do it and experience it than not do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, I'd rather find out, it's not for me, but at least I tried it out than not do it and kick myself and see it, blow up. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. So the day before or a couple of days before, obviously you got to fill out like your form or whatever, your past experiences and stuff like that, your position. And what I actually did, because I didn't know how it was going to be, I put myself down as a defender. So I said to myself, I think that would be the smart thing to do, because everyone wants to score goals, everyone wants to show that they're the man. They're going to go and try to do everything up top. But if they know about football, they'll be able to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So exactly that, I did that, and I played at the back. I played with Ben Long, he was on my team.
Okay.
And me and him, like, solid at the back, passing it. I was playing simple, 1-2 touch, passing it. Very easy to do that when you're playing 5-a-side. And then I think I even scored playing at the back.
Helps.
Yeah, where I just drove through the middle, a couple 1-2s, and then scored. And then, yeah, from there, I didn't really know what to expect. They picked 3 people to go through the draft. And then that was the guy for Wembley Rangers. I think his name's Juan.
Okay.
It's like a Colombian guy.
Yeah, Juan Pablo.
Yeah, Juan Pablo.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 were Charlie Wakefield and Bruno Andrade.
Yeah.
So they went straight through, and then everyone else kind of had to wait on like who gets picked.
Okay, and then fast forward the draft night itself, you were in attendance, right?
Yeah.
So, be honest, when you was there, which team did you think you was going to go to? And obviously you ended up with treble.
I mean, for me, I wasn't too concerned about the team I was going to. I just wanted to be on the team that I knew the players, and I knew like speaking about prior the trials. I didn't want to be on a team where guys are just trying to do their own thing, and I wasn't about that. So as long as I was with people that understood, okay, cool, because that's what happened at the trials. A lot of the boys kind of ganged up together.
Yeah. And
went on the same pitches. Some benefited, some didn't through that, because those pitches are going to have better players, so you got to stand out even more. You know what I mean? I went with like players I did know. Tyler Winters was one of them, was on my pitch. I didn't know him before, but when he got on the pitch, I found out who he was.
Yeah.
Quickly. I'm going to say this. He's probably one of the best finishers I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And I played with a lot of players where people would be like, rah, you're putting them ahead of those players. And he's one of the best finishers I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yep.
Rate him like that.
Right foot, left foot, anywhere. It was always on target. It was always hitting the post or something. I was like, who is this guy? Like, why have I never heard about him before?
But that's the beauty of Baller League, right? Like, that's what it should be about in my eyes. I know they like to like hype on like the ex-pros and stuff like that, but it's it's unearthing those hidden gems, right?
100%.
Like you said, you didn't know him up until then. Now everybody knows him, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, there's a few other ways where I'm like, there's a small difference between, like, there's really good players, let's say, for example, who they got ability and everything like that, but then there's certain things, like, to go to the next level that you need. And although that he might not be, like, the most tricky player, the most, like, on the eye, like, aesthetically pleasing in terms of his playing or whatever, but, like, there's certain things where you just know that he can make the step to the next level. And if I'm a scout, because I have scouting qualifications and coaching qualifications, I'm looking at it from like a point of like, I would scout that player from Baller League.
Right.
But I think that's another conversation we need to have, like, are players gonna get picked up from this? I think they'll get seen, and they'll get kind of be like, all right, cool, the CV lands on the table, all right, yeah, I think I've seen a bit about him, I can do a bit of research about him, all right, let's bring him in, you know what I mean? So I think there's like a pool of players, like a few tiers, where if I'm like a pro club, then I'm looking at these players, and then these players, they still need to do their work, but they can get to that level. Everyone wants to be a professional footballer, a full-time job. You wake up, all you have to think about is football. You don't have to think about, see someone, Bilal on your channel, saying that he's a career driver. Like, I'm sure that he would rather be a footballer than that. So yeah, there's certain like things that I feel like when I see people play, like, and played against them, that they need like that little thing. Maybe their weakness might be killing them a little bit, but there's definitely a lot of talent, and you just need the right person to kind of mold them.